Have you ever given this any thought? Although our existence is but a small blip in the vast scheme of things, each and every minute that we live is a cosmos unto itself, full with connections, feelings, and endless possibilities. I realize that we frequently become engrossed in the daily grind, racing against the clock in an attempt to fit in and achieve success. But here's the thing. Sometimes, on this life journey, we lose sight of the things that really count: the bonds we forge, the memories we treasure, and the impressions we make on one another's hearts. Thus, the film of today is about the incredible power of human connection rather than merely life itself. It's about how the most basic deeds of compassion, a sincere grin, or an intense discussion may cause ripples throughout the cosmos and alter our reality in ways that are beyond our comprehension. Stay tuned as we delve into the science of empathy, explore the art of connection, and reveal the keys to cultivating connections that have the power to transform lives in the next few minutes. Please click the subscribe button if you have experienced the transformative power of a sincere connection, or if you want to strengthen your ties with others. This video serves as your roadmap to a more fulfilling and meaningful path. Send it to your friends that could need a little encouragement, and together, let's go on this amazing journey. Together, it's critical to keep in mind that being inherently shy is nothing to be ashamed of when balancing shyness and introversion with confidence. As the great Marcus Aurelius once, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Therefore, don't view shyness as your enemy. Rather, view it as a part of your individual journey towards conquering shyness. We are encouraged to concentrate on the here and now by the Stoics. Let's focus on acting truly in the here and now instead of being obsessed by regrets from the past or worries about the future. As Epictetus sagely observed, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. It's important to keep in mind that everyone around us is dealing with their own struggles and fears. Empathy is a strong tool for building connection. Another well-known Stoic emphasized the value of empathy: Seneca. We are freed from self-absorption when we put ourselves in other people's shoes and learn more about their challenges. Here, the Epictetus offers us guidance by highlighting the importance of not letting shyness imprison us in our pessimistic thoughts about what might or might not happen. Rather than worrying about how we come across, we should concentrate on real human connections and keep in mind that being authentic is more important than the result. As Aristotle once said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So let's go out on a quest to learn more about ourselves. Accept that we are bashful, after all. As Socrates so sagely said, a life without thought is hardly worth living. Together, let's explore our hearts, find the confidence to be authentic, and forge deep connections in the process. 2. Limited social possibilities. Volunteering is a great approach to overcome social isolation. The secret, as the Stoics would say, is to surround yourself only with positive individuals who inspire you and bring out the best in you. Participating in community service not only demonstrates your commitment to Stoic principles, but also introduces you to like-minded people who are passionate about changing the world. Thus, think about lending a hand at community centers, supporting philanthropic causes, or taking part in neighborhood cleanliness campaigns. But the benefits of these activities don't stop there. They also produce wonderful possibilities for interaction and shared experiences. Recall that the trip includes personal growth as a crucial component. The Stoics emphasize the necessity of ongoing improvement. By attending work-related workshops or seminars, you can meet other professionals who may have similar beliefs and aspirations, in addition to developing your professional abilities. Gaining potential friendships and advancing professionally are like hitting two birds with one stone. Alright, let's embrace the great outdoors. Outdoor activities such as hiking, riding, or group workouts have the power to unite people in breathtaking environments. In the middle of the breathtaking natural surroundings, these settings offer a laid-back atmosphere that fosters connection. You may easily access online forums and organizations devoted to your hobbies in this digital age. Participate in conversations, express your ideas, and remain receptive to forming relationships with people who share your interests. The degree to which these virtual contacts can develop into friendships in person may surprise you. As we explore these tactics, keep in mind the relationships you form, whether or not they come from voluntary courses. Joining online networks or going on outdoor activities can greatly enrich your life, so take advantage of these opportunities. Find people that encourage you, and let's travel this social path together. 3. Relationship trust issues. The great Marcus Aurelius once observed that the Stoics counsel us to go out on a path of self-discovery. Examine yourself. The fountain of good is within, and if you look inward at your expectations and values, it will always pop up. Recognize what is most important to you. Knowing yourself well will give you a better sense of self-worth. The Stoics advise us to look for traits like kindness, honesty, and integrity when judging others. His best man is the worst of all animals, as Aristotle rightly observed, and the most honorable when he is kept far from justice and the law. These are the cornerstones of trust. Seek them out as signs of a person with integrity. It's imperative to recognize that we have no control over anything, including other people's behavior. The Stoics serve as a reminder that there are outside factors beyond our control. Certain things are under our control, and others are not, as Epictetus renownedly observed. It is important for us to acknowledge the boundaries of our power, especially when it comes to trust. It's possible that people's actions don't always match our expectations. Emotions are frequently a major factor in trust problems. The Stoics advise us to control our emotions because they can impair our judgment. Recall the insight of Plato, who stated that there are 3 primary origins of human activity: want, feeling, and understanding. By cultivating emotional self-control, we may rationally and clearly address trust-related issues. 4. Enhancing social skills. Adopting the Stoic idea of slow growth is essential. Perfection of character, as Marcus Aurelius sagely observed, is living every day as though it were your last, devoid of craze, indifference, or pretense. It's not necessary to suddenly become an extrovert overnight. When it comes to boosting your social confidence, start small and go slow. Goodness, compassion, and comprehension are your friends when it comes to developing stronger social skills. Aristotle famously stated that virtue is the golden mean between 2 vices, one of excess and the other of insufficiency. The Stoics believed in the power of virtue. Strive for a balanced approach. Be kind to both yourself and other people, and approach encounters with empathy. Establishing connections requires being genuinely interested in other people and asking insightful questions. "I am the wisest man alive," Socrates famously declared, "since the only thing I know for sure is that I know nothing." This modest approach teaches us important social skills. Show interest in the ideas and experiences of others. It's crucial to maintain your optimism. Keep in mind that handling unpleasant situations is more important than trying to avoid them altogether. Plato reportedly remarked that courage is knowing what not to fear. The Stoics promoted emotional equilibrium. Embrace those uncomfortable times as a chance for personal development rather than running from them. Take things one step at a time, and don't worry if you're not the most social butterfly. Represent compassion and understanding. Stay upbeat, exhibit curiosity, and pose questions. With these ideas in your toolbox, you'll discover that you're improving your social skills and creating deeper relationships as you go. Situations that change it is imperative to adopt a Stoic attitude towards change. As the renowned Marcus Aurelius famously stated, "The universe is change. Our thoughts shape the life we lead." Since change is a given in the universe, and how we respond to it is what counts most, let's face changing situations stoically. Accept that friendships might change as a person goes through changes in life. It's critical to realize that these adjustments don't represent shortcomings or personal failure. Epictetus tells us that he is a smart guy who rejoices in the things he has rather than laments the ones he does not have. This means In this case, celebrating the friendships you've had and cherishing the memories they've helped you make during difficult times. Reflection is encouraged by Stoicism. It was once mentioned by Seneca that we ought to hold ourselves accountable every night. Which weakness have I overcome today? Which desires are at odds with one other? Which temptations did you resist? Which virtues were gained? Use this opportunity to consider your goals and values. Take use of these times of change as chances for personal development as you accept change, and firmly keep in mind that it's not just about surviving it, but also about thriving in it. When changes occur, look for new social possibilities and go to community events. Become involved in clubs or groups that share your interests and take the initiative to adjust to your new environment. You create a sense of belonging and widen your social circle by doing this. Ultimately, let's look at during these times of change, we reflect on our values and goals and welcome change as an opportunity for fresh starts and closer relationships. 6. Shifting priorities. Life is a dynamic tapestry, and priorities shift from time to time. Stoicism exhorts us to respond to these changes in a morally sound and wise manner. The secret is to surround yourself only with positive individuals who inspire you and whose presence brings out the best in you, as the great Marcus Aurelius once stated. This lesson is especially applicable when we decide to refocus our goals rather than overextend oneself. Stoicism advises us to concentrate on fostering a select number of deep relationships. When it comes to friendships, quality always wins out over numbers. Quality is not an act, as Aristotle eloquently observed, but rather a habit. Therefore, let us cultivate genuine, profound friendships that are in line with our changing priorities when our obligations to our families or our careers take precedence. Recall that connections are of utmost importance to Stoicism. Everyone becomes a poet at the touch of love, as Plato so sagely observed. Love in this sense alludes to the strong links we have with our friends. Therefore, let's keep in mind that the quality of our relationships should take precedence over the quantity of them when we are shifting priorities. Pursuing perfection in all areas of life, including relationships, is the Stoic ideal. Delay, as Seneca famously remarked, is the best medicine for rage. This might be understood as making the time to cultivate and treasure the friendships that are really important while considering how to reorder priorities. As your priorities change, kindly concentrate on fostering those significant relationships, even if they are few in number. Ultimately, the caliber of those friendships is what enriches and deepens the fabric of our lives. Marcus Aurelius reportedly made the astute observation that a person's thoughts eventually taint their soul. Our relationship's quality is greatly impacted by our mental health. We are better able to interact with people in the field of mental health in a genuine manner when we are at peace with ourselves. The Stoics advise us to strengthen our fortitude. They recognize that obstacles are a natural part of life and that our ability to overcome them gracefully is a sign of our inner strength. We suffer more often in our imagination than in actuality, as Seneca eloquently observed. By cultivating resilience, we can face and transcend the ups and downs of emotions, laying a solid foundation for our social and personal well-being. Stoic practices include meditation and mindfulness as essential elements. Several methods develop present-moment mindfulness to help with mental health management. Your vision will become clear only when you are able to peer into your own heart, as Carl Jung famously said. By practicing mindfulness, we can look inward, face our inner thoughts, and break bad habits that could be impeding our relationships with others. Peace is also promoted by the Stoic school of thought as the ultimate objective. We are able to interact with people in a real way when we are mentally stable and at ease. As Socrates once observed, an honest man is always a child. In this case, being honest with ourselves about our mental health is also part of being honest. People can create a peaceful environment that is ideal for developing and maintaining genuine friendships by adopting Stoic values. Thus, let us consider the Stoics' insight as we investigate the relationship between mental health and interpersonal connections. Develop your inner serenity, engage in mindfulness and meditation, and strengthen your resilience. We may interact with people authentically and create more meaningful and lasting connections in our life by taking care of our mental health. The whole is bigger than the sum of its parts, according to a quote by Aristotle. This also applies to friendships. Let's intentionally arrange time for social contacts at busy times, even if it's in the middle of a hectic schedule, because it's not about the quantity of friends you have, but the quality of those relationships that matter. We learn the value of balance from Stoicism. Love and deep connections are vital aspects of life. As Plato once said, "At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet." In order to achieve that equilibrium, we need to consciously reserve time for social engagements. Setting aside time for activities that promote social and personal well-being is a key component of Stoic time management. In the area of lifestyle choices, we can support our friendships and our obligations by coordinating our everyday decisions with the aim of living a balanced and meaningful life. Prioritizing society is another important concept stressed by Stoicism. It was previously claimed by Carl Jung that the greatest way to cope with other people's dark needs is to first understand your own darkness. This implies, even in cases where the number of interactions is small, devoting time to connections that are consistent with our beliefs. In order to avoid becoming overwhelmed by your hectic schedule, always remember to prioritize your tasks. Schedule social time and prioritize the quality of your friendships above the quantity. These thoughtful lifestyle decisions will support you in preserving deep relationships despite the stresses of daily life. Embracing distinctions. When confronted with divergent pursuits, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on our shared humanity. We all have similar core experiences, feelings, and ideals. Despite our divergent interests, we can still connect by highlighting these universal qualities of the human experience. A useful quality in the Stoic handling of divergent interests is curiosity. Carl Jung famously said that you couldn't see clearly unless you can see into your own heart. Here, curiosity means not only observing differences as obstacles, but also peeping into people's hearts and trying to comprehend their passions. Stoicism invites us to view them as chances for development on a deeper level and for personal improvement. Another essential component of bridging the divide between divergent interests is shared values. Our relationships are frequently based on common ideals, virtues, and beliefs, as Plato rightly pointed out. Regardless of our different interests, we can discover common ground with people when we concentrate on these similarities. Therefore, keep in mind to welcome variety, foster curiosity, and concentrate on shared values when you come across disparities in interests. By doing this, you can create relationships that go beyond the confines of your interests and create bridges that unite you with other people. Friendships are a tapestry made of understanding, empathy, and shared humanity, as Stoicism teaches us. As we conclude this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism and Western philosophy, Stoicism teaches us to embrace diversity and realize that not everyone shares the same passions and hobbies. Differences in interests should not be a source of conflict, but rather a chance for progress. Keep in mind that the way to a deeper, more satisfying life is to create and maintain meaningful friendships. We may deal with the difficulties of shyness, trust, social skills, and mental health with grace and honesty if we embrace the Stoic values. I now extend an invitation for you to go deeper into this thought-provoking topic by watching our playlist on the screen. Don't hesitate to click on the playlist and let the journey continue. It's full with insightful and motivating concepts that can deepen your understanding of how philosophy can affect our lives and relationships. I appreciate you taking part in this important investigation, and I hope that many genuine and enduring relationships cross your life.